Scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a Project Life process video for October, and I'm gonna just tell you up front, I sort of struggled with this layout. Now I started with this teal, black, orange, pink color scheme that I truly love, but I don't know, I couldn't find embellishments that I loved or anything like that, so I just had a hard time. I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife and cut around the bottom of this playing so that I can put my photo underneath it because I want it to go over the top of the dead space in that photo. So it took a while, so I definitely cut that out. But I just painstakingly went through and cut around the outside edge, leaving a little bit of a white border so that it would stand out a little bit against that photo. And then I have two 3x4s that are the same pattern, but they were cut apart. So I'm just going to glue them together using the photo on the back of that. I'm just going to mount all the rest of these photos, and that's kind of where I'm starting. It's where I always start. And so I've pulled in, of course I use my Allie Edwards story kits and Stories by the Month kits, but then I also pull in some cards that will coordinate. So I have some cards from my stash as well. Then I'm not afraid to use some of these cards that I'm just I never got around to using. So this one says The Joys of June, and I never got to use it in June, but the teal matched really well. So I'm just using it for this month instead and covering up that sentiment. Then this is a October card that I'm not going to use, so I'm just mounting it to use that teal again. It's a very rare teal color, so I wanted to make sure that I used what I could find with it. So I've created my cards now, and I'm going to start going through the embellishments, and I have some stuff pulled aside from, these are from the watch kit. Then I have this family that just didn't work on that card. I have a few things that are just not, that I've pulled out that are just not going to work. Like these potty people are just too big. And I could have used all small ones, but I didn't have enough male ones to represent my family in that size, so I just put those aside. I have this 15 from an old story kit. We are celebrating our 15-year anniversary this month, or in October, so that was a photo from our anniversary, so I put the 15 on there. These stickers are from the family kit, so I'm kind of adding some around. That one says Sometimes It's Just Hard, which is perfect for that photo of Finn in the doctor's office having yet another asthma episode. I feel like we have those way too often around here. Some other stories. This is actually a pretty light month as far as Project Life is concerned. A, I didn't take too many pictures, and B, the pictures I did take a lot of were events like Halloween or our travels, so I didn't have a lot. So I have two Snapchat photos, one of my mom and Finn with a Snapchat filter, and then one of me with a Snapchat filter, which they're all spooky, so I thought it would be good to put in the Project Life album. I have the picture of the donuts. It's our tradition to always get the Krispy Kreme holiday donuts, and a picture of Finn left a note on the fridge on some old Simple Stories planner stuff that had the poop emoji, and it said be positive and have a good day, and he's just that kind of kid, and he's so sweet, and I wanted to document that. Then down there in the bottom right corner on the left hand side is a picture of, it's hard to see, but it's Patrick and Finn. They were sitting side by side playing on their respective devices and watching a show together, and that was my perspective from my desk behind them, so I liked that photo. And then the two 4x6s on the right hand side are of the same night. We had a family dinner, which is something I'm trying to get back to. We normally eat separately because Patrick's work schedule, often he's not home for dinner. And then we also watched Toy Story 4, and I made dirt cups for dessert, so I had two different stories from that one night, so I separated them. But other than that, I have my obligatory selfie plus currently card, and I'm just I'm trying to make this interesting. Like, I just really struggled making it interesting, and it ends up being a pretty simple layout, which is fine from time to time. But I really feel like I'm starting to struggle a bit with this style of documentation. I'm not finding a project life incredibly inspiring anymore. I'm actually thinking about transitioning to a memory planner for next month, or next year, I mean, and doing things sort of that way. Are there any memory planners out there? You have any advice? Are you interested in seeing something like that? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, I will still be doing pocket scrapbooking because I really enjoy using pockets and 9x12s together, but this sort of roundup of all of the random bits of our month I think might be better served in a memory planner. So I'm debating, just trying to decide if that's what I want to do. I think I'm going to make some templates and start there and see if that's something that I enjoy doing before I commit to it for next year. Anyway, I'm just adding in some stickers here and there, some word bits, because when in doubt, add some word bits. And I'm really trying to add this together, and I had a hard time figuring out where to put it so that it said playing together but didn't cover up too much of that playing. And in the end, it covered up more than I would like, but it is what it is. Put that TV down there and that little clapboard up in the top right. We don't actually watch a lot of TV and movies. We are not TV and movie people. So the fact that I got to use both of those in one layout was freaking amazing, and I took advantage of it. Trying to incorporate some of these holographic hearts throughout the page. I thought that they worked well with the sort of Halloween theme, but man, I really struggled with this third one trying to find a place for it. I really wanted it on that photo of Finn's note on the fridge, but I could not. It was awkward no matter where I put it. I really struggled with that. But of course I needed that third holographic heart, plus I also needed it to like tie the hearts together because I had two on one side and I needed one on the other side, but then it ended up going on the left hand side too, so whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to add some titles. This is where I turned off the camera and then turn it back on because I was thinking about adding in a journaling spot, but I couldn't figure out where to put one. So I turned off the camera, and in the end I just end up deciding to add some titles to a couple cards and call it good. So I added family dinner along the side of this card, and it just barely fit, and these are not sticky anymore, so I ended up having to go back with glue and make sure that they stuck down right. Let's see me really adjusting these letters. Really fought with them because they kept moving too. Then I added yum to this card to fill up that space and called it good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. And if you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. All right, thank you.